afternoon and welcome to the 2024 Murfreesboro Christmas Parade, a vintage Christmas. I'm Mike Browning, along with Michael Lynn White, the beautiful Michael Lynn White, and the City TV team as we bring you this annual tradition and the sights and sounds of the Christmas. Nothing like it, Michael Lynn. Last year we had, a very cold day.
Yes.
This year it's not as cold, it's overcast. But I think we're going to get through this.
I think so. We do feel a little sprinkles right now, so we're going to play that by ear. But the parade is starting, and so far it's going to be good.
What are you looking forward to this year?
I love to hear the bands. That is my all-time favorite. And the dancers, and I love it when the girls come by with their crowns on.
Yeah, there will be numerous dance teams that will come through here. Right now, the Murfreesboro Finest, the Murfreesboro Police Department, and the Honor Guard from the Oakland High School ROTC program is moving through. You know, we should congratulate Oakland. They won another state championship in high school football last night over Houston. I think it was their sixth straight.
Yes, they are dominating. Okay, here we go. We've got a shot of Murfreesboro Mayor Shane McFarland here. We're going to have lots of our officials coming through at the beginning of the parade.
Mayor McFarland is giving away some candy, so he's got to be popular. He's already a popular mayor in town. He's serving in his third term as mayor, and he started serving in the council all the way back in 2006. So he has a lot of popular support here, and you can see the signs. You notice those signs, they say MurfreesboroCensus.com.
Yes.
And we need to make sure that you all know that that is an important part of what is happening in Murfreesboro this year, because we need everyone to go to MurfreesboroCensus.com and be registered so that we can count an accurate count in Murfreesboro.
Here we have Murfreesboro Fire Chief and Deputy Chief, Fire Chief McCluskey, Deputy Chief Jamie Bigelow, and of course our amazing fire rescue trucks here that we are lucky to have here in Murfreesboro. I know they stay busy.
This is the first of, it looks like at least two engines coming through, engine number 5 and then engine number 6, right alongside here in downtown Murfreesboro on the square as people wave and enjoy the festivities under this light rain, but not enough to scare anybody away.
Exactly, you'll be fine. Hopefully we don't have to shut everything down.
What we will see in the next few minutes will be the Murfreesboro Fire Department, and we will also see some other emergency vehicles, and then the Grand Marshal will start things off here after the emergency vehicles make their way through downtown.
Always popular with the kids. They love to see the fire trucks.
Yeah, that's one thing about the fire department, is it is probably the most important and the most popular department within the city of Murfreesboro. They always get large support, and you can imagine that, because kids love getting on the fire truck, seeing what the firefighters do, watching the hoses come out, and every year at the fire hydrant in the summer when they start those to allow people to enjoy the sprinkler in the middle of the summertime. It's just a great thing for kids to be able to do.
We've got Rutherford County Fire Rescue, and just to let you know, speaking of Rutherford County, if you see the drone in the air, our friends at Rutherford County government have helped us out with the drone. So we appreciate that.
And I think this is the first year that we've actually operated a drone for the parade. This is an annual tradition that has gone on for years here. It really started years ago with WGNS. Actually, the Chamber of Commerce, even before that, was the organizer of the Christmas parade. Then WGNS took it over for more than 17 years.
Yes.
And now the Parks and Rec Department for the city of Murfreesboro is coordinating this. And we want to thank them for all the organization they did in setting up all the coordination, getting the parade floats involved, and making sure that we were prepared to be able to be your host today.
Absolutely. I know we just saw Rutherford County Sheriff Mike Fitzhugh. He's going to be coming around the corner.
Christiana has a fire crew here, and we just saw them, and there you said Mike Fitzhugh, and right behind that is another vehicle there. This truck is the first of our many floats, and it looks like on top of the float is a white character, and I'm trying to identify what that character is. We'll see it as it comes across our TV screen here.
You can see them. They've got a little winter wonderland.
Looks like a couple bunnies and Christmas trees with presents. So a very traditional vintage Christmas, right?
I love it. Right on theme.
And there is a security unit from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office pulling up the rear behind that first float.
I hear some bands coming down the way. I'm always excited to see them. They always bring a great energy.
Now we're seeing that first float. It says the Island of Misfit Toys, but it's already past us. You can see the rear of it there with the Christmas tree pulling up the rear behind us, going around the square. And in the background, you see the First United Methodist Church that has become a tradition here in Murfreesboro with all of its history. And there comes the Grand Marshal of our parade, Rick Insell. Of course, no coach of Middle Tennessee's women's basketball history has produced the success that Rick Insell has in 19 seasons. Since his arrival to Middle Tennessee in 2005, Insell has led the Raiders to 12 NCAA tournament appearances, 6 WNITs, coached 7 All-Americans, and grew 5 WNBA draft picks. That's an amazing history.
That is amazing. And also, check out that cool car they're in. He's with his son, Matt Insell, who is a superstar in women's basketball coaching. Matt begins his 7th season with Middle Tennessee and his 3rd associate head coach after joining head coach Rick Insell in 2018. Now,
and here comes the Siegel Marching Band as they make their way here into the square. And let's listen in to a little bit of what they have to offer here on this Christmas Parade Day. Marching Band in downtown Murfreesboro. They did an excellent job of performing right here on the square with the crowd up and down the street line here. And it's a great start. We're getting off. Yes. We're going to have 100 floats or more, 100 different items. So it's going to be a long afternoon, but an enjoyable.
An enjoyable one. I think I heard them playing the song from Frozen, so I know the kids definitely enjoy that.
Have you
seen that movie? I have.
That's great.
And we want to remind everyone to go to MurfreesboroCensus.com. We are doing the special census, so make sure that you are counted in the Murfreesboro Census.
And that's important because it actually helps us win more state dollars, and that goes to funding everything that we do for the city of Murfreesboro, so that if we have an accurate count and we have at least 170,000 or more people in Murfreesboro, that will bring in about $3+ million in extra money to help fund these various things like parks, police, safety, and everything else. So
absolutely.
do your
and I think
part
we've
by
got
going to MurfreesboroCensus.com.
Absolutely. I think we see Coach Derek Mason. We've got some MTSU cheerleaders coming up behind them, so always love to see that. I love it when they perform and dance, and we always appreciate everything that MTSU does in our town and True Blue.
Yeah, in fact, this parade always begins as a tradition right there near MTSU at Murfreesboro's Middle Tennessee Boulevard and Main Street.
Yes.
And then it's coming down Main Street this year. So last year we were at Central High School. This year we're actually positioned right in front of the courthouse. You can see behind us, and we can look straight down Main Street to see all of the parade items coming down the street.
I love it. We've got a great view here, and I love having the courthouse behind us, obviously an iconic part of our downtown. So
a historic courthouse that actually was built in 1858. So when you think about all those years that have gone into the history of Murfreesboro, it's nice to see that centerpiece that represents the history of our fine town.
Absolutely. It's one of only 4 working antebellum courthouses in the state.
I know, and that's very unique then.
Yes, definitely. Right? Very unique.
We are about ready to see, as you can tell, the next lineup, which is the Stones River chapter of the American Revolution. So
the Sons of the Revolution.
The Sons of the Revolution, and they are coming through now with their flags and their traditional gear. It's the children of the American Revolution, the daughters of the American Revolution, and the sons of the American Revolution taking part in our parade today.
It says that the sons and daughters of the American Revolution, their theme is vintage colonial Christmas, remembering American patriots who fought for our freedom. Standing on the float is a single Minuteman. Minutemen were citizens from various walks of life who were highly trained in military tactics and could be ready to respond in a moment's notice. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the 250th anniversary of America will be coming up in 2026. So this is very representative of what we're going to celebrate in a couple of years. You remember 1776. How old were you in 1776?
I don't think I was around then.
You weren't even around.
I wasn't even around then.
I was here and I was only 16, so I did get to enjoy a bicentennial tour of the country. And so that's going to be a great thing to celebrate the 225th anniversary.
Here we have the Advent Lutheran Church, and it says that something interesting about them is that this is one of the third time that they have been in our parade, so we're glad they decided to come back.
They work hard to take care of your family for auto, home, renters, life, small business, and Medicare supplements. So we put that little plug in for them. And this is the next float, and they have a musical band going on right there on the float.
I always love it when they have music on their floats, either playing live music, which is cool. He's got a drum set going on back there. So, all right, here we go. Mr. Potato Head. This is Antique Center 1 and 2, one of the largest stores in Rutherford County with over 65 dealers. They're a family-owned business for over 30 years. And their theme is a vintage toy store. Excuse me.
Now look at the potato head. I mean, that's excellent.
That did a great job.
Did you have one of those when you were a kid?
Absolutely, I did. Yeah. I loved it. And I loved
too.
to stick the arm, wherever they weren't supposed to go, I loved to put the pieces in the wrong spot. I thought it was hilarious.
That toy has been around for years and years, and kids are still enjoying it. That is a great float.
They did a great job, and this is their second year, so we're glad that they joined us this year.
Up next, Little Guys Movers. We are proud to be Murfreesboro's favorite moving company since 2011. We provide a stress-free moving experience so you can focus on the more important things in life. And they have their vintage parade inside.
Let's see what they got in there. Oh, they've got a Christmas tree, and I like it when they have the trucks and they incorporate something in it instead of just driving something. Okay, now we have Oakland Middle School Dance and Cheer. Love to see it. This is their 6th year participating in the parade.
And they have both the middle school dance and cheer, and then this is all of their performers coming through very quickly.
They are coming through
moving.
Quick. They are moving, and they've got a long walk, or they've had a long walk. They're nearing the end.
Right. That looks great.
And we're so glad, Mike, that the weather is holding out. It is a little chilly, but it could be worse, and the rain has stopped, so we're going to press on. And here
Murfreesboro Hyundai, local friendly dealership with amazing deals and home of the lifetime warranty. We are not just making deals, we're making friends and relationships that last as they came through.
Here we go, another The Grinch. Let's hope he doesn't steal Christmas. We've got plenty of police around if the Grinch decides to get out of hand.
He always does.
He always does.
That's what he is. That's his identity. Oh, boy. And then we have the Rockvale High School FCC LA passing by the square. The Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America is a national student organization that helps young people to develop skills for life, for strengthen the family, and to prepare members for college and careers.
Now let's see. We've got something coming up back there, but this next little group is the Rutherford. I'm not sure if this is the Rutherford Collegiate team or not, but we definitely have a group of volunteers.
I think you're right. I think that was the collegiate prep cheer team that was walking through as part of it. And now we have a little bit of a lull in the parade route as it comes down Main Street, so it gives us a little bit of time to talk about what we've seen so far and to talk about the fact that we are probably only maybe a tenth of the way into today's festivity.
We've got 105 entries today, so it will take a while. We do have a little lull, but this gives us time to talk about, and I know you love, but so far, my favorite's been the band. You loved Mr. Potato Head.
I did, and I thought that float was great. So if I was judging, that would definitely be up at the top of my list. I haven't seen all the other floats yet, but it was very good. And I think one thing we should tell you is that we're going to see a total of about 5 or 6 marching bands throughout this, and we will stop and listen to each of the performers as well. And then the judges will be looking at the bands and the floats and giving them awards for their performances today. But coming up during this line here, as I look down Main Street, I am seeing the Rutherford County government.
We want to make sure to thank Rutherford County again for our drone footage that you are seeing right now. What a cool spot. I mean, Murfreesboro downtown is beautiful, but this, I feel like we look so big city with our drone shots. So we really appreciate Rutherford County partnering with us today to bring that to you.
So this is the Rutherford County Collegiate group, and I think that's the one that we thought was coming through earlier, but now they are pulling up into downtown, down Main Street. They have their banner out front, and then they have, I think, a band with them as well, unless that's a separate band behind them.
Well, it says this is their collegiate prep cheer team, and they are a dynamic group of cheerleaders working tirelessly to bring a performance full of spirit, which it looks like they're doing. I can't wait for them to pass by. The team embodies the true spirit of teamwork and community. This is their first year to be in the parade, so
very nice.
I love to see it.
And it looks like part of it is a mascot, and I think that is a bear?
I would say so, a bear. I don't know, is that their...
It looks like Yogi. I mean, that's why I said that. Because it looks like Yogi the bear.
I love it. People, you know what? They just put on a costume and say, you know what? This will work for the parade, and I'm okay with that. I love all the different things that people get creative with during our parade.
And it's fantastic that the Rutherford Collegiate Prep is here because it's a fairly new school.
Yes, absolutely.
I think they've only been in existence a year or two, right?
So they have got some young ones out here. These little girls look adorable. I always love to be in the parade, and so next, another band.
Yep, the Oakland High School Marching Band is coming into downtown, and of course they are all excited because they are the winners of the state championship football game last night over Houston, and there you can hear their traditional music coming in as well.
So they are coming straight off of a big win to celebrate with us today at the Christmas parade, so let's take a listen.
Well, even I knew what song that was. Jingle Bells was at least part of it. There
Absolutely.
may have been more than one song there.
It reminds me of my cheerleading days. I wanted to get up and do a little cheer. Love to see it.
And this is Express Employment Professionals. We are a full-service staffing agency that assists individuals looking for long-term job placement and companies needing to hire long-term employees. So they have a mobile vehicle coming through.
And up next, I guess because down the way, the bands do stop to perform. So when you see a little break in the parade, they get a little backed up and then they come on through. So I know the people down the way have really enjoyed seeing them stop to perform. Right here, we've got our downtown Murfreesboro.
Yeah, you can see the people lined up along the square, and they are bundled up a little bit as we've had temperatures in the upper 40s into the 50s so far today. And but I'm not complaining because last year it was in the 30s.
Yes, that's why I made sure to be warm and as the sun goes down. But actually, the weather feels great. It looks pretty gray. But you know what I thought, Mike? I was kind of liking that the sun wasn't out because the floats with lights and things like that, you can see it better.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's actually perfect. I mean, it is December.
Yes.
So December 8th, and you expect some cooler weather.
I love for Christmas time to feel like Christmas time, and what better way to get into the Christmas spirit than a Christmas parade? I love all parades.
And why not? That's part of this whole thing, is to bring the joy and the celebration of the holiday season into play. And this is the next float, the best dance parade performer.
Okay, so we have a winner already. I think this is coming up from Dance Works, a popular dance studio here in Murfreesboro.
And they are probably going to perform for us as well as they come up through the line here, as you can see from above the downtown square. This is the Government County drone that is giving us aerial footage today, and we appreciate the work that they're doing to make sure that we get more than just the ground view, but we also get the above view of this parade.
Which is a really cool shot. This is a cool shot that you're seeing right now. I'd love to see the gingerbread men coming with the girls dancing behind them. Very exciting atmosphere.
This is still part of Dance Works, and if you've ever seen them perform, they annually give off a show in around May or June. And their performances are really, really excellent. So I would really strongly encourage you to go and see some of their performances. They work very hard to put on a great show every year.
It says that the dancers are competitively and nationally ranked teams.
Right.
DanceWorks has students from ages 3 and up, so they start them out very young.
Yeah, and this includes everything from ballerinas to toe dancers. It's everything. And you can see right there that for right now they're bundled up, but they're looking good.
It says they participated in the Christmas parade for 28 years, Mike. That's awesome.
Now that's a tradition.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
28 years, keeping the tradition going.
They've got their matching outfits on. They are ready to go.
And I see a Grinch among them.
Oh my.
Another one.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we see the from the movie Cousin. Is it Cousin Eddie? Is that his name right there?
There
that we
he
see
is.
Coming across. Along with the Grinch, he's ready to ruin
What would
Christmas.
a parade be without a Cousin Eddie?
Absolutely. I know we all have a Cousin Eddie somewhere in our family.
And a Vols fan walking through. The Vols are going to be in the 12 team championships, collegiate championships this year in football, the first time. So we'll probably see a few more of those Tennessee Vol fans.
I think you're right. So now here we have the Murfreesboro Baseball and Softball Association. That's Murfreesboro's top baseball and softball recreation league, played at Barfield Parks.
As they wave, passing by. And here is the next float. I guess it's still part of the Softball Association. They have a tree. No, that's actually the lighthouse. So the Lighthouse Baptist Church is coming through. And they have services at 10:30 and 11:30, and they want to make sure that their float is called the Greatest Gift. And then the next one is the AVAP dumpster service.
Okay. And there you go. They've got Santa in the back.
They say they offer driveway safe dumpsters and junk removal services, and we know these days people have plenty of junk. So if you need it taken away, then you could give them a call. But they do homeowner, contractor, business owner, or a member of our community just looking to get rid of their stuff.
And this is their third year to participate in the parade. And I think next we have Cub Scout Pack 538. I love seeing the scouting organizations because I think it's great for young people, and they always seem to be excited to participate.
And we are expecting a number of those in addition to this first one, the Pack 538.
I know they work really hard. It says this is their fourth year to participate in the parade. So
it says our Cub Scout Pack 538 has been established for 67 years. So the pack itself has been around for more than 6 decades, almost 7. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
A lot of hard work goes into preparing young people for the future, and this is one of many that we will see here today at the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade, a vintage Christmas.
Coming up next is Cub Scout Pack 197. They have been in the scouting program for 24 years. They are a family program. They have fun at their meetings, they say, and they learn lots of skills.
And this is the Jason Baltimore School Bus 34, owner and operator, individual contractor for Rutherford County Schools Transportation Department. So they're representing the Rutherford County Schools Transportation Department, and where would we be without the ability to transport over 34,000 students in the Rutherford County school system?
Absolutely.
To all the schools that they need to be to. And it's remarkable the education that students receive here, and the size of our school system in the county that prepares students for, not just working in our community, but in the state, in the nation, and around the world. For example, my son, a product of Blackman High School, is now living and working in Japan.
That's amazing.
So he comes from Rutherford County, but he's a global student.
We have another winner coming up. This is the Dance Academy. There are several academies here, and it says they are the winner. They're Ruthie's winner this year for Dance Studio.
Yeah, look at that. They've got all their green sweatshirts and dancing as they come down the street.
These students practice ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, lyrical point, technique, and tumbling. So they do it all. And I know these girls work very hard.
And they do say their theme is the Grinch, and you can tell by looking and hearing.
By all of their green. They've got a Grinch among them doing some dances.
The studio has been in the parade for 25 years, and they've worked on our dance for 5 hours.
Wow.
So that doesn't seem like much, really, but I guess if you're as good as they are, 5 hours, they can put it all together.
They can pick it up quickly. Up next, we've got Plumbing Solutions. They're a local plumber. They have 3 generations of plumbers that create this family-owned and operated business for 15 years. They've been in the parade for 3 years now.
Wow. 3 generations of plumbers created the family-owned and operated for 15 years. That's amazing.
So this is a vintage or antique vehicle, I guess you should say, the Breakfast Rotary's Borough Barbecue Festival.
The festival will happen again on April 26th. They want to remind us at Hop Springs. This is a free event for the public, complete with food trucks, vendors, and of course, barbecue.
Yes.
So they're letting us know, don't forget about the People's Choice Awards, where you can get to eat and vote on the competition barbecue. Check out boroughbarbecuefest.com for this event coming up next year.
Up next, we've got Rockville High School Band.
Noel, I think it was.
If all else fails,
we'll find out.
Throw
I'm sure
out
they'll let us
Noel
know.
in there.
Yeah.
They sound amazing. Again,
They were.
You'll hear me say it
marching band coming
throughout the parade how much I love the bands, and I think everyone does. It just gets you pumped up and fired up.
Hey, we have our next float, and I believe it is Minis for Life.
CUD coming up.
This
I wondered, this is
Consolidated Utility District.
Yes,
okay, I
you
see
can
it now
see
on
the
the side
water.
there. Yeah.
And it looks like they have a little Toyland as well, kind of like a vintage Christmas. They've got the Etch-a-Sketch on there, which is cool. Did you play with one of those when you were little?
Of course. And they have a tin soldier. I would say that's another one of the floats that I really like there.
Yes, I like that one as well.
Consolidated Utility District. We're the water and wastewater provider for everyone outside the municipal areas in Rutherford County, and they call it Vintage Toyland.
And now we have Murfreesboro Water Resources. They do a lot in the community. They say it is an honor to serve and provide quality work for the communities in our great city. Their theme is a blue Christmas.
And it looks like I see a volcano there.
Oh, a Hawaiian
It just
theme.
came by. Yeah, it's a Hawaiian scene. And now the next one is coming up. that was behind it, and it looks like it says Blue Christmas. Okay, we went back to that one, and now we're back to the one behind it.
I do want to point out that the parade float leader for this has been battling breast cancer, and she loves to do it every year. And she says, by God's blessing, she was able to participate this year. So we are so glad that
Is
she
that
was.
Elvis? I think that's Elvis on top of that float.
Oh,
Susanna.
yes, we have an Elvis, a Hawaii.
So you were referring to Susanna, and it says we support
We
Susanna
support
on that
Susanna,
float.
so we absolutely do.
And here's a gingerbread house theme coming up.
This is Girl Scout Troop 378.
They have candy canes and a gingerbread house on the back of their float. Very well done.
It's kind of nice. I know the kids love to be they love to participate, but this is the nice and safe way to get the kids down if they don't want to walk or aren't able to walk that far.
Exactly. So they have parents walking alongside with the kids on that one. And then here comes a Volkswagen, everyone's favorite vehicle, behind the Lee Company.
Yes, and they have got, I think, 3 vintage vehicles with them, the Lee Company.
Plan for success. Lee Company has continued to serve homes and businesses for 80 years.
I really appreciate this year, Mike. A lot of the cars are having music, and they really decorated the vehicles this year. I feel like we're seeing a lot more involvement with the floats, because sometimes there are people that do a whole lot, and so of course we always appreciate, and I know the crowd loves to see all the fun ways people decorate.
I think this is the Jim Horn family bringing in the end game with a flatbed, and it has a gingerbread house again, and then with some other young people pulling in the rear.
Always a popular thing for a gingerbread house and winter wonderland. So Jim Horn and family.
And the kids are waving from the back of the truck. And then the next truck pulling up is, I think, Premier Athletics of Murfreesboro.
And Premier Athletics is a great organization. It's a nonprofit that they do different activities throughout the community revolving around athletics. So we appreciate everything that Premier Athletics does here in our city.
And then this vehicle here is with Rutherford Raiders. They have a vehicle with a float pulling up the rear, and they have some Christmas trees with Christmas lights, and then traditional girls in their dress.
It looks a little like Dorothy. I'm trying to figure out, oh, you know what it is? I think it's Little Debbie.
That's right.
She's dressed as Little Debbie. The Christmas tree cakes
I'm glad you knew.
that we all used to have in our lunches. I grew up in the 80s, so that was a staple in my lunchbox.
And then Martin's Home and Garden. You can see their red bow on the front of their pickup truck. Martin's Home and Garden of Murfreesboro's premier garden center with over 40 years of service to the community. Martin's is family owned and operated with the mission to be a blessing and a light and to provide top quality plants to our community. Merry Christmas from the Martin family, they say. And there's the aerial view.
And their tribute to Charlie Brown Christmas, always a classic. Another drone shot we got here, seeing what's coming down. I think we're looking at Pack 2019, Trinity United Methodist Church. Cub Scout Pack 2019 joined by members of Troops 2019, Troop 416, Venturing Crew 197, and Ski Scouts Ship 1919, all from Trinity United Methodist Church.
And we are so glad to have them joining our parade today. We know the work that they do to build quality young people in our community and throughout the world is an important service. And you can see some of the scouts sitting there on the back, dressed in their uniforms, and they are promoting Snoopy. There's Snoopy there.
There's Snoopy, one of the favorites. Okay. We have got the Riverdale Band, as you can see right now, coming down the way. The drone shots of the bands are really cool. And again, we want to thank Rutherford County government for our drone shots. They partnered with us this year for that, so we really appreciate them bringing that to you.
Right now you can see The next float just passing by with a vintage vehicle on the back of the trailer right before the Riverdale Band. And as always, as the Riverdale Marching Band makes its way into the downtown square, we will listen in to the marching band so we can get a taste of Riverdale High School. Looks like we have a slight pause in the action. The Riverdale Band. That was amazing and so fun. So next up we have Milestone Services, Milestone Custom Cabinetry. They're a family-owned countertop fabrication shop right outside of downtown Murfreesboro. Their theme is Mrs. Claus's Kitchen. They even have some bubbles being produced by their
I like
float.
that. That's a cool little detail. Who doesn't love bubbles? I know I love them.
And this float you're looking at is Premier Foot and Ankle Centers of Tennessee. They are happy to help you with anything foot and ankle related. They specialize in minimally invasive surgery, so you have a shorter healing time. Call us today to book an appointment, they say. Santa Claus is coming to town is their theme. Put one foot in front of the other. Hey, that's creative.
I know. I like that. And it says multiple people spent many hours working on their float. So
that's
we're glad that
aerial view of Premier and Milestone coming around the corner here, right on Main Street as it crosses into Church Street.
I like it that we're coming around the square. This is fun. So they're coming right towards us, and this looks really cool. Next up that you're seeing is Lifeline Church. And from that shot, it's a really cool shot of a little toy and gift shop. That's really cute.
So this Lifeline Church you mentioned, they're listed as the best float church and school.
We have another winner.
Right, so I like how they've been putting the winners right on the front so we can identify those that won the contest. And this is a toy and gift shop. Of course, right now you're looking at Zaxby's mascot. Look like a duck.
Are they passing out chicken? I hope so, because I could really use some Zaxby's right about now. So Zaxby's of Murfreesboro, they offer catered events, personalized fundraising nights, and $1.99 kids meals on Mondays from 5 to 7. So that's a good deal. It says they're currently accepting donations for a local nonprofit charity that serves Murfreesboro. Each donation gets you a free comp card.
And there's the Zaxby duck again, coming around to Church Street.
I think it's a chicken, since they're a chicken place.
Yeah, you're right.
If I had to guess.
It looked like a duck, but it's actually a chicken. It
yes,
should be
exactly.
A chicken. Yeah. Our producer, Michael Neville, said we'll work on that after the show.
Yes, we're going to learn our differences in animals, I promise you.
I don't know why I thought it looked like a duck.
But there is a lot going on, so forgive us.
This is the 84th ID Reenacted. We are a World War II reenactment group based out of mainly Out of Kentucky, this is our 1945 Willys MB setup as weapons jeep in the European theater.
Here we have the Stones River National Battlefield. That looks really cool. Holiday Christmas songs over the years for our soldiers and theme of vintage Christmas. They have been in the parade about 10 times, and everything is done by hand. Even the fireplace bricks were painted, so that's a beautiful float.
And they're moving fast. We just saw Fairhaven's Independent Baptist Church as they ripped by. Fairhaven's has some Christmas boxes on the back of their trailer. And then beyond that, we are seeing some people with some pets walking down the street.
I want to point out our last float is their first time in the parade, and it says they spent 5 weekends working on their float, so that's awesome.
Wow. They are moving fast now. I think this is Redstone Federal Credit Union, and it is. You can see the candy canes lined up around their trailer.
Redstone does a lot in our community. They are always
really
sponsoring things, and we really appreciate what they give to Murfreesboro.
They have community service rooms at their locations that they rent out to people and also provide for a variety of events. So we do appreciate the work they are doing in our community, and they've been involved and continue to grow in Murfreesboro.
Their float is pretty cool. I love seeing the balloons up there. So what are we looking at right now? We've got another vintage vehicle. It looks kind of like an old fire truck. I think that's what
this
that is.
is a Journey Home in St. Paul's Episcopal Church. I think they combined to build their float. And you can see Journey Home on the side there. Of course, the next Insider will be the Journey Home.
That's right.
It's coming up next week. It will start airing to talk about what they do for the unhoused in our community, which is
very
great
important
work that Journey Home does.
He is winding up that siren. You can't see it right now, but it's really cool. So what we are looking at right here, another Grinch. It's Ross Plumbing. They are locally and family-owned business that's been proudly serving Murfreesboro for over 2 years.
And another Grinch.
And another Grinch. The Grinch is definitely getting around today. We like to see him behaving. This one looks like he's being nice at the moment.
Well, you know, the Grinch has been around long enough, so he's vintage too.
This
so
is absolutely right. He is vintage.
This is part of Brooks Electric. Brooks Electric is locally owned, family-oriented company that takes pride in professional services. Brooks Electric specializes in electrical installations, upgrades, and repairs for homes and businesses. And they participated for 2 years. Right
up behind them, we've got Rockville Youth Football and Cheer. They're getting towards the end of the parade. Now it's starting to rain a little bit, so they're running fast. This is their second year participating.
Part of the Rockville spirit. They have a lot of people involved, so more than one vehicle, I think.
And it takes a lot to coordinate all this. You've got to get the kids ready, you've got to get the parents on board, so to have this many people participating is really cool.
I like the blue caps that they have, the blue hats with
the blue and white, nice and crisp, reminds you of ice. Coming up now that you're seeing is Cub Scout Group 341.
Merry Christmas. And there you can't get by without having Charlie Brown as a vintage Christmas.
Absolutely. A very popular choice.
And this is Middle Tennessee Gutters. They have Snoopy, part of the Charlie Brown vintage tradition. Pack 341.
All right, coming up, Andrew Peck, mortgage loan officer with Regions Bank.
And that was the one with the Santa Claus on the back of the vehicle. And then the next one coming up looks like number 48, which is the Cub Scout Pack 398, the Dina Martell. They provide scouting adventures to boys and girls in kindergarten through 5th grade.
And I think coming up here we have the Blackman Blaze Band. This is going to be our last band of the parade. They have made it through. The rain is coming down a little bit now, but the parade is almost over, so they don't have much more to go.
And recall from last year, the Blackman Blaze band is a pretty big band.
Yes.
In terms of membership. So as they come through with their dance team and their entire marching band, as they come down Main Street, we will listen in to what they have to offer here at the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade 2024. That was the Blackman High School Marching Band, and as I said before, a large membership in that band. And here coming in is the Elam Real Estate. At Elam Real Estate, we've got more than just real estate company. We have a team dedicated to your success. Whether you're buying, selling, and building your career, we provide unmatched support and expert training, a client care department that generates appointments for agents. And so they have a large float. And we are going to be pulling out our umbrellas now as the rain is starting to pick up here at the square. But that's not going to stop the parade, I think.
It's not going to stop the fun.
We'll keep bringing you the festivities, and we know we have at least 50 floats or 50 different entries still to come. So we're about halfway through this Christmas parade of 2024.
There's a lot. I'm glad that they got through most of the parade before the rain came down, but people look like they came prepared. We've got Rutherford County Isaiah 117 House. They provide physical and emotional support in a safe and loving home for children awaiting foster placement, which is a very important organization. They do great work. This is their third year to participate in the parade.
And they have, looks like a warm, comfortable setting of a fireplace on the back of their float. And then bringing up, the next group is Onward Real Estate, you're seeing there with the Candy Canes float. Onward Real Estate, led by Jeannie Barnett, is comprised of top Nashville real estate agents servicing the area.
I see them throwing out some candy. That's one thing I haven't seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot of candy, Mike.
I know.
Maybe they're passing
we need more
it out.
candy.
We need more candy. I know that they are supposed to hand it to you, so maybe that's why I'm not seeing it, since you are not supposed to throw it anymore.
Number 53 is LRB Skate and Record Shop, your one-stop shop for all your skateboarding needs. And we know skateboarding has become even more popular with the new skate center that we have.
Absolutely. Long awaited. It's very popular with our skate park and pump track, so I know these people who are skating enthusiasts.
So I know they're spending a lot of time in Old Fort Park at the new skate park. And like you said, the pump track. So it's good to have them here.
I'm glad they're here bringing their skateboards. This is their first year to participate. So now we are looking at 4.0 Movement Studios. They're a dance studio here in Murfreesboro with a mission to educate and empower girls through exposure to dance.
They are dancing their way down Main Street.
They are being very sassy, and I love to see it. Oh, it says they have a studio elf named Tutu. I know the elves are very popular, so that's pretty cool that they have an elf at their studio.
We thank them for participating in this year's parade, and they're trying to move on as everybody is trying to rush this through so we beat the heavy rain that may be coming ahead.
Yes.
The next group is going to be the Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. Murfreesboro Medical Clinic, a cornerstone of exceptional health care in our community since 1949. MMC has been dedicated to providing comprehensive, compassionate, and patient Heart-Centered Care. Our team of over 100 expert physicians and advanced care providers across more than 20 specialties ensures you and your family receive the care you need.
Looky here, we have, it looks like the Princess Tiana on that float, which is adorable. There's a new ride at Disney with that Disney princess.
And this next float here that you're seeing with the bubbles is the Murfreesboro Medical Clinic that I described earlier with the trees on the back.
They've got some snow blowing, which is great.
Very elaborate. I mean, I saw bubbles, and now we're actually seeing snow. That's the first time I've seen snow produced from the back of a float, and that's awesome.
All right, coming up, we have got the Murfreesboro Q coming down the way.
Murfreesboro Q. It looks like it's a fraternity?
Some
Perhaps
sort
from
of
MTSU?
Greek organization.
They are all dressed up in purple, and they're bringing their banner here in the back of it.
We just heard from our producers that the man of the day, Santa, is getting closer, so that's going to be exciting. We still have more floats to come, as you can see, where there are these little lulls in the parade as people get a little backed up. And we did have a period of rain, so that might have had something to do with it, but I think that it is slacked up. It's on and off today.
Yeah, we want to remind you, if you've been watching this parade, to fill out your MurfreesboroCensus.com form. All you have to do is go to that location. It's very easy. You simply give your names of everyone in your family, so that full number and the address that you live at, and that's all you have to do. So just go to MurfreesboroCensus.com to fill out that information. It's very important that Murfreesboro is fully counted, that we get a full and accurate count of everyone who lives in our community, because it benefits the city of Murfreesboro in terms of state shared funding. The more funding that we receive from the state, the less that we have to generate in property tax and other sources. So we want everyone who is listening, if you haven't gone to MurfreesboroCensus.com, to do that today.
Well, we have another float. They are making their way. This is going to be Tennessee Elite 2014 softball. They're a competitive travel softball team of 10-year-olds. They play high-level softball tournaments in Tennessee and surrounding states. They say they love softball and love having fun with their teammates.
They are bundled up on the back of that trailer, trying to stay warm. They're not used to playing softball in this kind of weather.
You know what? The thing about being kids is they don't really care about the weather. They're just happy to be here and have fun.
It looks like we're seeing now float number 59, Best in Show, which is Cub Scout Pack 92. And I guess it's because of the elaborate system they have of airplanes being pulled by a trailer. That is awesome.
This is really cool.
I can see why it received Best in Show.
It says that they push their kids to be the best version of themselves, and leadership shows that anything is possible. And this is Snoopy versus the Red Baron. And they also say that the adults working on this probably have just as much fun, if not more, than the kids.
Well, congratulations to that pack, Cub Scout Pack 92, for receiving that Best in Show award, and it deserves it.
It does, and I love that. I would love to know more about how they made their little airplanes, because those look like someone put in a lot of work to make that happen.
You couldn't have done that in just one weekend.
Absolutely not.
It took some time.
So we appreciate them doing that. And if you notice, we have got our umbrellas because it's coming down on us a little bit. But I think it is slacked up. So we appreciate you staying here with us through the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. We're about halfway through. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're at around float number 60 out of 100. So maybe about 40 more to go. So bear with us. Stay with us here at the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. We'll continue to bring it to you. I think all the bands have already performed, I believe. So the next several floats will mostly be either various packs from the Cub Scout groups or dance teams, or floats from various advertised businesses in our community.
And what you just saw was Tennessee Homeschoolers. They're a homeschool group that focuses on creating loving, community for each and every homeschool family. Coming up next, this is Green Valley Farm.
You're still looking there at the previous group, which is the Tennessee homeschoolers, which are on the back of this trailer. And you can see that it looks like a homeschool, kind of an old traditional vintage home. And then, as you said, the Green Valley Farm is next. Santa's Workshop on the Green Valley Farm. And look at that, Michael Lynn, the best float business. So
best float for a business. Okay, we love to see the winners. And they line up before, and so they get judged before they come down. So it's good that everyone can know who wins and get rewarded for their hard work. Look at this, it's amazing.
That is the White Monkey Estate Sales. I think that's what that says, right?
Yes,
White
and it
Monkey
says
Estate
their theme is vintage finds with a Seussical flair. And we've got some live singing, which is awesome. So, who do we have coming up here next? They seem like a lively bunch. I think this is Faith Chapel, Murfreesboro. A lot of the organizations love to come out and walk the parade and engage with the community.
I think the Riverdale Key Club is coming right around the corner there. That's number 64. They do health occupations for students of America, focusing on preparing future healthcare professionals through hands-on experiences. And then the next float looks like it's a Murfreesboro float, so it's a Murfreesboro Transit is also participating. That is your transportation system here in Murfreesboro, and they actually have one of their vehicles right behind that first pickup truck there. And it is a Murfreesboro Transit truck, and it looks like it has Frosty the Snowman all over the side.
In Murfreesboro, formerly Rover, they have been serving the citizens of Murfreesboro for 17 years.
Frosty first aired on television December 7th, 1969, and I have to tell you, Michael Lynn, while you might not remember that, I do remember that.
Well, it's a nice nostalgic moment. Here we have Cub Scout Pack 95. And their motto is, do your best. This is their 5th year participating in the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade, so we appreciate them coming out.
And the rain has stopped, so I'm going to get rid of my umbrella and enjoy the dryness for a little while as we see the next group of Cub Scouts coming down Main Street, right past the historic square here.
The rain is coming and it's going, but we are making it work, and the parade spectators and participants are being troopers to hang in there with us, so we appreciate that.
And again, we have some Cub Scouts that are passing through here, and then the next group, I believe, coming up down the street as you're looking there, is a group of Murfreesboro softball 10U Living Legends, if that's the group that I see. I think it's on their banner there. Yes. It's hard to read from here. Now you can see as they zoom in, it's the Tennessee 10 through 11-year-old champions.
Well, good for them.
Now that looks like a baseball team rather than a softball team. So that's the Little League. That's a float 67. 4U Junior League state champions and 11U state champions. This the 3rd time that the 14U has won the state tournament, and the first time 11U has won state, giving Murfreesboro Little League 4 state championships total in their history.
Wow, so they have got something to celebrate today. They've got their jerseys on, and there's another drone shot for you guys.
Yeah, so I was mistaken about that. The softball team is coming up after this, but this is the baseball team that deserves credit for winning the championship.
They have over 1,000 players in the league, and registration opens in January. They have participated in our parade for 2 years, so congratulations to them, and thank you for being here today. Thank you again to Rutherford County government for these drone shots. Coming up next, this looks like a nice line of cars.
And I think some of that is still part of the baseball team, but then now you're starting to see the next group, which is
the Murfreesboro Softball 10U Living Legends. So
yes,
here we
68.
are, Mike.
Right.
This is their first year as a team.
And you can see the girls there on the back, bundled up. But that is the team of the 10 and under fast pitch softball team with the Murfreesboro Softball League of McKnight Park. And now Graceful Gems is being shown. Graceful Gems is the first etiquette. Our mission is to empower young girls to exhibit decorum, integrity, and self-esteem.
I think that's really cool. Graceful Gems, they want to tell you to have a sweet Christmas. They're the first etiquette school in Rutherford County. I think that's really awesome.
Murfreesboro.com is coming by in their large truck. We all know about Murfreesboro.com, online resource for Murfreesboro with news events, news business coming to town, job listings, and more.
It says they have 600,000 social media followers, and they do a great job of letting people know about what's coming up in Murfreesboro and things that are going on, like restaurant openings and whatnot. So we love having them in our community.
600,000 social media followers. That's pretty good.
We are right
Cub Scout
now.
troop?
Yes, pack 321.
Float number 71, pack 321, is a Cub Scout pack for children, kindergarten through 5th grade. And then now you're seeing the Cedar Grove Church. We're Cedar Grove Church, and we're thrilled to be part of this Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. We celebrate the King of Glory, Jesus Christ, whose love and light changed the world. At Cedar Grove, our vision is to be a body of believers committed to equipping disciples who positively impact the earth for his glory.
Coming up behind them is Kona Ice. Kona Ice says they are serving smiles and giving back to the community for the last 15 years, donating over $1 million to Middle Tennessee.
Gold's Gym, I think you saw that truck come by. You all know about Gold's Gym. They have several locations in Murfreesboro.
We are looking at... This is Google Fiber. Well, they just passed, and they are coming to Murfreesboro. They're currently putting down lines, and
they recently celebrated coming to Murfreesboro with an event with Mayor McFarland.
Now we have here the Johnny Hale family. He says his father bought this car back in the 60s and restored it to the original condition, and he drove it in every Christmas parade until his death. And now he is passing on that tradition. That's really cool.
And the horn still works.
It says they've been in the parade since 1960.
Wow.
That's awesome.
This is ESP, the ESP Fire Protection, with their trailer in the back.
Looks like another little Christmas village. I appreciate people taking the vintage Christmas theme into account this year. That's pretty cool. It looks like a little old-timey city.
Mm-hmm. Down the street, you're seeing Girl Scout Troop 2495 as they make their way past Country Gourmet. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Yes, they are coming down again. These Girl Scout troops and Boy Scout troops, I just love what they do with the young people, teaching them skills and different life lessons that they can take with them forever.
Building a better community.
Another drone shot. That looks really cool. Let's see what that is coming up that we're looking at. Murfreesboro Knights. Their Murfreesboro-based youth sports program, football, basketball, and cheerleading. So that's what you're seeing right there on the drones. That looks like they've got a lot going on this, so I look forward to seeing them when they come by. I can see Murfreesboro Knights. One of the participants down here in the road, he's in a knight suit. That looks really cool. They also aid volunteers in completing community service year-round. This is the Knights' 5th year in the parade, and they worked many hours on their float, as you can tell.
Yeah, I see the Knights now on the back of the pickup truck. The balloons, and then all of the participants on the back. More Knights.
More Knights. That's really cool. Who doesn't love a knight? A knight in shining armor.
So we are on about float number 79, and now 80 is coming down the street with the Christmas tree on the back of the
I think we've
truck.
got
Is
some live
Chambers
singing.
Construction. Chambers Construction and Real Estate right there in that pickup truck.
And Chambers Construction, they take some houses down around the downtown area and really put a lot of time and effort into fixing them up. We see Brad Chambers right there driving the truck. He loves vintage cars like that. So I guarantee you he personally picked out these vehicles that I know he enjoys very much. Okay, now coming up next is Middle Tennessee,
Pack
Murfreesboro Pack
374.
374. Thank you.
Another Cub Scout troop with an American flag and the Middle Tennessee flag. A lot of walkers in that group, waving to the crowd. They got their wave hand ready.
They definitely have their wave hand ready, and they've had a long walk already, so we appreciate them keeping their energy up for us. And as you can see here, look at these cars coming through with all the lights on it. I love seeing it. I worry about scratching the paint on my car, but you know what? It looks amazing. We'll worry about that later.
Cub Scout 374 in that vehicle.
Coming up next, we see lots of things going on this. I think coming up is Domino's Pizza.
I love Domino's Pizza.
I do. I love all pizza.
I order it on a regular basis. We are locally owned and operated, they say. We love serving the city of Murfreesboro, and we hope you and your families have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Well, we thank you for that.
We thank you for bringing our delicious pizza to us, Domino's, and we appreciate you being a part of this year's parade.
Here they come around the corner, right here in front of our booth.
I wish they were passing out pizzas, Mike.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little hungry.
I think we need to put that.
When we talk pizza.
We need to put that in there next year. If you're going to represent food, pass out some pizzas.
Bring the pizza right to the host.
Right to the host. Okay, we appreciate you sticking here with us. We have got another Cub Scout Pack 108 at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. I see some candy, so
they as normally they do enjoy campouts, learning about wildlife, and long hikes in the woods. Camping and Christmas time go together, they say.
And they say their motto is "Do your best," and this is their second year to be in the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade.
They have a Christmas tree with ornaments and a couple flags on the back, and then this next float we see is C&J Painting and Construction with the white pickup truck, and they are pulling a float with that Christmas tree, ornaments, and some other participants on the back.
This is their first year, and they worked many days on their float, they say. And their theme is Feliz Navidad.
This is Dot and Lucy. They're owned and operated by Heather Boyer and Jan Tesnow. Quaint event venue in Las Casas, Tennessee. Unique space offer, the perfect environment for your family events. Need space for your graduation, special birthday, baby shower, or wedding? Just give a call to Dot and Lucy's event venue.
It's always good to know about places like that in town when you never know when you're going to need to host an event. Okay. Now, we have a little truck stopped here, and I think this is...
Is that Mr. Murfreesboro?
Is this number 87, Mr. Murfreesboro?
Or is that 86?
We'll see. We'll see when they get a little closer.
86. It says 86 on that, so they're... Oh, no, that's 88. Where was Mr. Murfreesboro? Did he not show up?
We missed Mr. Murfreesboro. Sorry about that.
I don't think he showed today.
This is Brotherhood of Police and Fire, 4 generations of first responders. These are some cool-looking cars. They have 5 antique vehicles. I always want to drive one of these. They look really cool. Maybe they'll let me drive one of these days.
Yeah, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or at least 4 of the vintage vehicles, which is perfect for this vintage Christmas theme.
Well, we can't see them now, but they're still right in front of us, and it's a group of cars that represent their 88-year-old father, who laid the foundation for 4 generations of first responders that made sacrifices for the benefit of others. And this is their 4th year to be involved in the parade, so we appreciate that.
We appreciate you joining us for this 2024 Christmas Parade, the Vintage Christmas here in downtown Murfreesboro. Michael Lynn White and Mike Browning, your host, as we sit here right in front of the historic Murfreesboro, Rutherford County Courthouse, and it's turned out to be a fairly decent day.
Yes, we've had a few rain spots here and there, but overall it has been a great day. And I think coming down the way, which is always a cool float each year, we've got Middle Tennessee Electric, I think. Yep. They always have their power lines, and again, Murfreesboro Electric does a great job, and they always sponsor a lot of events in town and things like that. So we really appreciate all they do. Okay, coming up, now we see Mr. Murfreesboro. He must have gotten out of line, but we appreciate Mr. Murfreesboro keeping the community involved. And
there he goes.
There he goes right there. He loves to put a lot of Murfreesboro history on his page, and he loves Murfreesboro. He's from here, and
You're a good friend of his.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, and he's a good guy.
Like you said, Murfreesboro Electric is coming around.
Middle Tennessee Electric.
Tennessee Electric, yeah, is coming around the corner. Of course, Murfreesboro Electric was sold to Middle Tennessee Electric, and they continue to give in many ways in this community.
They are a member-owned, not-for-profit electric cooperative that serves more than 307,000 meters in a 4-county area.
I wonder if we could get back and see that again with the 2 power poles and the lights strung up behind them.
Yeah, that's really cool.
A good shot.
So coming up that you are seeing on there is Elevated Off-Road. They've got 2 vehicles with them. They specialize in modification and upfitting of trucks, Jeeps, SUV, and side-by-sides, which are always very popular. They do lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, and accessories. They do it all if you want to get off-road.
Elevated Off-Road. Wow, that's quite a vehicle there.
That is quite a vehicle. This is their 2nd year to be in the parade.
And then we have Infinite Off-Road, which is another similar type of company or car, and they have looks like a Volkswagen bus on the back of
a vintage bus for vintage Christmas. Nashville Super Speedway coming by, and that's
Nashville
official
Super
NASCAR pace car, which is pretty cool. Coming up next, we see Reflect Wellness. Reflect Wellness is a forward-thinking health and wellness organization dedicated to empowering individuals to live their best lives through personalized care, innovative solutions, and a holistic approach. It says they're the fastest-growing wellness clinic in Murfreesboro with a team of professionals to help our community. So we appreciate them being out here today. We've got another gingerbread man.
He's cute. I like the way he walks. It's like he's just kind of gliding by.
Very gingerbread Manny. We see another gingerbread house here.
Top K9, it looks like right there. Number 94, maybe not. No, it's the Reflect Wellness is 94. And now the Flat Top K9.
Yes.
Flat Top K9 is Rutherford County's premier dog training business.
It looks like they're a 2024 Ruthie's Award winner, so congrats to them. Flat Top K9. They've got some furry friends on the back with them. So right here you are seeing Girl Scouts of Middle Tennessee, Troop 2510.
They have a nativity scene on the flatbed behind their vehicle. And then it looks like Miss
HHS, Miss Holloway High School. I love it. This is one of the things I was telling you about, Mike, in the beginning that I was excited to see. I love to see the pageant winners.
2024 Miss HHS, and it says it's Kaomi Ruiz. She is a member of the girls basketball team and is being accompanied by her teammates and cheer squad.
Awesome. Congrats to her.
Then Legacy
Investment Team says they help individuals build wealth, and everyone on their team was born and raised in Murfreesboro.
They were pulling the Polar Express behind them, and now we're looking back down Main Street to the Professional Roofers Incorporated. They're bringing their float down Main Street, helping homeowners in Murfreesboro and Franklin for over 15 years with roofing needs, both residential and commercial.
We just saw one of our school board, Rutherford County School Board members, and now coming up is Bradley Academy Drama Club. Says their theme is Arabian Nights. That's really cool. You can see the genie up front and their Arabian-themed float. Wow. They've been participating for 8 years, and it says they spent countless hours working on their float. And we just got word that Santa is getting closer, everybody.
I like that Aladdin theme.
I like that too. Next up, we have... Oh, we're looking at the fiery pig. Another chance for them to hang out some wings or some barbecue.
And right behind them, 2 men and a truck.
2 men in a truck. You know their logo, Mike, I was literally drawn on like a napkin or something like that, and that ended up being the logo they stuck with.
2 men in a truck. You've all heard about them.
And again, we know that the one everyone's wanting to see is coming up.
You're not talking about Doggy's Day Out.
I'm not talking about Doggy's Day Out, but we
talking about
appreciate
Santa.
Doggy's Day Out being here. But coming on down, that you will see in a minute, is the big man. Doggy's Day Out. They even have a doggy bakery.
I've heard that Santa, underneath that Santa suit, is a man named Salty.
There he is. There is the guy.
That's... Oh, don't say that?
It's Santa, Mike.
Well, you know, Santa has more than one name.
This is true. This is true. He depends on the day. It depends on what he likes to be called by. But Murfreesboro Parks and Rec, they do the cultural arts. They do an amazing job with the float every year, and they get Santa out.
Yep, Murfreesboro Parks and Rec.
What a beautiful float. Look at all the people dressed up like a carol Christmas, or a vintage Christmas, I guess, which is what they are. A Christmas carol is what I was trying to say. But
Christmas ornaments, and then there are horses behind them, which we need to see.
I love the horses.
Hopefully we get a shot of that, not just a shot of us, but yeah, there they are, the horses coming through town here.
I love that the horses participate every year, and I know that they have to be in the back for obvious reasons.
More than a dozen horses.
That's awesome.
Involved in the parade, and they seem to be proud of it too. It's great.
They do.
What farm is that from? I see it says farm, but I can't tell which farm it is.
I think it's lots of different people. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us here today for the Murfreesboro Christmas Parade. You have braved the elements and the weather with us, and thank you again, County, for all of the drone shots that you have seen today. We appreciate that partnership. And also, Mike, before we go, let's remind everyone about the special census.
MurfreesboroCensus.com. Please go there and fill it in. We all know that it's important for our community to be able to participate in that. Make sure that you're registered and that you're part of our count in this 2024-2025 census.
Yes.
The other thing we want to do is wish you a Merry Christmas.
Absolutely. That is going to do it for us here today on the 2024, and we will see you next year. Mike, I appreciate you, and thank you for watching.